Alright, and I do believe we are live here. Okay, so, for anyone that's going to be watching this later on, hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Richard True, and today we're here with a new series for Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich. And I'm going to be having some fun with this here, so, going to have to see how this goes. For right this second, I'm just going to quickly let everyone know that I'm going live here. And I'm sure we'll have people trickling in as we go, so no worries at all. There we go. Ah, yeah, I see people showing up right now. How you doing there? So, the general game plan here is going to be that we're going to be playing the German Empire from the regular start date here. And we're going to be setting it up in an Iron Man game, just because. And from there we're going to be trying to basically wipe out Syndicalism. No Syndicalist countries whatsoever on the map by the time that we're done. That's the main objective here. Hey, how you doing, Evil King? Good to see you. Alright, so, I'm just gonna hop on in here and, well, actually, let me just check and make sure. Yeah, everything's working properly, so, should be good to go. Let's dive on in and see what we can do. We'll set this up as Iron Man, German Empire 1. Yeah, I'm good with that. That's good by me. This should be fun. Okay, thank you Kaiserreich team. Don't really need to know too much about that. I want to know everything, however, and we'll take it from there. And thank you for the info, but can I please play now? There we go. Alrighty. And just checking everything one more time here. Yeah, we could move the chat right to here without any major problems. So, okay, with that done, let's get set up. I should have played Iran. Why Iran? Also, what do you mean, ew, Germany? Germany's pretty fun. I've never actually played it before. I played France in a multiplayer game once. Iran? You know, I actually won't rule that out. I'd have no problem with giving them a run at some point in time, but for the time being, I figured I'd start off with something that at least gives me some chance of success. Eating kebab is Persia. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I did play the Ottomans once in a single-player game, and that was actually pretty ridiculous. I ended up getting wiped out in a multi-front war. I've never played Germany either. Like I said, I played France once, and that was actually very fun. I was spreading syndicalism everywhere, and had a good time with that. But it's a multiplayer game that hasn't finished yet, so it's anyone's game so far. What's your government type? The government type right now is, I'm pretty sure it's paternal autocrat. No, authoritarian democrat. My bad. So yeah, that's the party that we're dealing with right now. And our faction is actually rather huge. We have, we start off, in the Kaiserreich lore, we start off having won the last, basically World War I, Weltkrieg, the first Weltkrieg. And as a result of that, we have all these countries inside of Reichspakt. I think that's how you pronounce that? Reichspakt? But yeah, Russia's lost territory. We have Austria over here. They're alive, but, they've seen better days, etc. So on and so forth. I'm just going to take a quick glance through here and try to figure out what we're going to work with first. As of right now, I'm thinking to myself we're going to go for our economy first. Actually, you know what? This might hold some promise if we go down Imperial Reichsstring, Imperial Restructuring. Reichsstring. Oh my god. Sure, you should conquer the old Austrian Empire. I haven't ruled that out yet. There's no guarantee that they'll join with us, so that might actually be in the cards, as it were. Hey, Wang Hu, how you doing? Am I pronouncing that right, by the way? If so, I apologize. If not, I apologize. Oh. But, yeah, we're going to go for State of the Economy, I think. We'll get that set up first, and we... Normally I start off just going right into military factories, but I think this time instead, because like I said, I saw a friend of mine that I was playing against. I'm going to go for maxing out as many regular factories. Oh wait, no, not in Belgium. We're going to go for as many factories in our territory as we physically can in order to try and boost our civilian economy and get us to a point where we can actually build up things more readily. There we go. And I could always, cancel these out later, but hopefully it'll create a chain where it's like, we have more factories building more factories. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Um, I'm doing fine, by the way. Thank you. I'm not sure how to put to the gent that said greetings, our glorious supreme leader. I'm honestly not sure how to pronounce your name. If you could type something in chat that you know, you'd like to me to refer to as there, I have no problem doing that. But as of right now, I got nothing. I apologize. Sure, you should try and become an industrial giant. We kind of are from the start here, but I do agree that widening that gap would be a wonderful idea. So let's get these set up and see what we can do with that. Oh, we already start off with electronic mechanical engineering. Nice. Let's go for our doctrine in that case, which I think in this situation, you don't really get a lot of equipment in Kaiserreich compared to other Hearts of Iron 4 games. So I went for Grand Battle Plan when I was playing the French. I'm not sure if that's a really good idea for the Germans. I think Germans actually might benefit more from Supreme Firepower Doctrine, because we don't start off with anything so far. We have to take over the Czechs. I mildly agree. I only say mildly because I'm not sure how much we actually value the Czechs in general. You know, on the one hand, you know, Bohemia is there, and that's a site where they have the game Kingdom Come Deliverance set up. And on the other hand, they are Czech. Let's see here. Let's go for tanks. Get those set up, I think. Germans should go down mobile warfare. In base game, I agree, but I'm not so sure if that would work out as well in this, because we don't really have a lot of tanks that we can mass up. Like, look at our military factories. Ooh, we're a little bit better than I expected. We do have some equipment. The Czechs are inferior to the Germans. From a nominal standpoint, although, like I said, you know, no worries. Let's go for one line on here, and then go for battleships. That sounds like a good idea to me. We'll max that out. We'll get our fleet together. And the main thing here is we're going to have to take on a lot of different fleets in the Atlantic, so we'll have to... Oh, wow, we have a ton of battleships. Oh, Jesus. Okay. But we have German-speaking people there. This is true. We do have to do something about Bohemia over here. They are heretic converts. Oh, my God. Alright, let's toss them onto here. Who else do we have? Actually, no. You know what? We're going to toss you into your own command inside of your own theater. We'll do the same for anyone else that we have to readily deal with overseas here. You also get to be a part of a new theater, but we'll have you over here. Beware of the man with the unspeakable name. Oh, Dimitri. Okay, hey, good to meet you, pal. Yeah, sorry that I couldn't quite work with that before. Nothing I say here is going to make me sound more intelligent on this one, so I'm just going to say thanks. Let's toss these guys into this theater. Hey, Stony Mick, how you doing? I'm just going to call you Stony if that's good. Make life a little bit easier on myself. You know, we don't need these guys in Morocco, so let's toss them over to here and get them over this way. Is there anyone else we still have to... Oh, Jesus. Alright, we'll put them over here. That's everyone. Okay. I'm not really big on manning all these outposts in the middle of nowhere. Stony is fine? Sounds good to me. Alright, and we're almost ready to unpause. So, we're gonna finish setting up the last few things here. Try to support my colony in some respect. That's everything we need there. You know, we can reduce this down, put it towards artillery because we're going to be building up there anyway. We want more fighters, that much is true. Don't really want attack bombers or naval bombers. Neither one of those is really going to do much for us, but I do think that close air support's a good idea. And tanks. What do we want to do with tanks? Let's reduce it down by 1. Toss this down to here, because this is normally the setup I have anyway by priority. You could probably just make some puppets. Just remember, they can't break free or be integrated in Kaiserreich. That's a fair point, and I do appreciate the reminder on that one, because there's a pretty good likelihood I would have forgotten on that. Am I the only one who thinks that most of the Austrian Empire prior to World War I is the most beautiful empire border-wise? If I'm looking for contiguous borders prior to World War I kind of like Genghis Khan's empire. It was the biggest by territorial landmass, and it had some really nice borders. Japan is the best empire. Oh, man. Alright, let's increase the speed a little bit here. Unpause, and even put it up to 4 speed because we don't have that much to worry about. And take it from there. The Constitution of German Kaiserreich. After the crushing defeat of the French Empire by forces of the North German Confederation. Let's see, over 60 years after the founding of the Kaiserreich, the liberals and social democrats are growing increasingly disgruntled. And there may be a need for revision. Well, okay. I'm not too worried. Assassination of President Kerensky. That's unfortunate. Feel bad for the guy. So what is our plan? Crush Sindis? Maybe even defeat the Entente? Oh, definitely our primary objective here, before and everything else, is we need to destroy any syndicalist government anywhere in the world. Now, secondary objectives, I do think taking out the Entente is a good idea, and I do agree with that. We could do that. And, yeah. Yeah, why not do both? Sounds good to me. Okay, but we have to fix Italy. It looks ugly as fuck. Yep. Well, at the very least, we need to take out this portion of it. And then, insofar as these guys go, they're social democrats, social liberals here. There's really no proper government inside of Italy right now. We have to do something about that. We even got the Pope over here. The Totalist Charter. Mussolini, Valois, and Beria, and other interested parties. Okay. Yeah, I know where that's going. And King Edward crowned. Okay. We was shrews and shit. How you doing, Branch? Good to see you. Or Brankberg in this case. We can boost support in Italy. I don't know that it would actually... Actually, we can't. You can't boost support for other ideologies. Or anyone, I think, in this mod. If I'm slowly recalling correctly here. So we're going absolutist or moderate. I'm thinking absolutist. But we're going to have to see. Gonna have to see how it all pans out. As of right now, let's up the speed a little bit more. There's still actually more work I got to do, come to think of it. Oh, there's Black Monday. And we get the profits from the legation cities. That's excellent. But I'm just going to disband my Air Force because I rebuild that from the ground up anyway. And these are all on ships, so they can stay as they are. And then for our fleet here, these guys can... Oh, they're already merged. Good. Good, good, good. I'm just looking through here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything too major. Kaiserreich is great, but rather restrictive. This is true. For the most part, I like a decent spread of different mods. So Kaiserreich is one of them. I like Old World Blues. That's another good one. But a lot of it comes down to whatever I'm in the mood for. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I kind of like the structure behind Kaiserreich because it gives a pretty decent and consistent story that you're able to play through and plan for, etc., etc. And it is a very interesting alt history mod. Others, you know, it's a matter of what I'm interested in at a particular point in time. Oh boy. What do we want to do? Close the banks temporarily seems like a good idea. Gain base stability minus 10%. We're already down to like 0 stability. Modern Day? I do like Modern Day. That one is actually really fun. And I do plan on doing something with that anyway. Even though apparently Crazy Drunk is not so fond of it. Hey! Zevrock, how you doing, pal? Alright, let's close... Let's do this. Guarantee the holdings of the banks. That seems like a decent idea to even me personally. And go from there. What will we do with Russia? You never know when they decide to take revenge on you. I think under our rule they will be a more trustworthy. I actually am inclined to agree with you, but it's a matter of when. Because I think that we have to take on the French first and secure continental hegemony before we can go after the Russians. Hey, Bastone, how's it going? Besides the memeing sup shrew. Good to see you, pal. Let's see here. I gotta divide up these guys further. Oh, agricultural crises. Let's, oh man, this is rough. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna actually take the hit on this and help them out. And the reason for that's very simple. It's so that we can ensure that we maintain our relations with them, because we're going to need those going forward anyway. We're going to set these guys up on that front. We should conquer Italy, Atri, and all that. I'm inclined to agree. Puppet Italy. Either one of those is entirely possible. Shrew Laban is asking if he could join your stream. What, does he want to be live with me on here? Because this is a single-player game right now. He's more than welcome in the chat here if he wants. I'm not in any Discord or anything right now, though. Let's see here. Actually, if he wants, we could do a multiplayer stream, potentially either late tonight or tomorrow evening. That's potential. Let's see here. The court has no right to rule on Middle African affairs. What's the worst that could happen? We strongly urge that we crush this motion. All right, we'll crush the motion in that case. Sounds good to me. And financial troubles in the colonies. Oh boy. There's no good options here except for maybe this. So we're going to go for it. Oh my god, that's so bad. Germany's going to collapse, isn't it? Alright, thanks, man. Hey, Germany, how you doing? Yes, one world Germany. Germany, I like your plans for Germany. I know, right? Seems to be on the right track for things here. Let's do political power gain. That seems like a good idea to me. And we have another fleet over here. Downfall and stability. Yes, we are now in a disaster. Beautiful. The FOD. Let's... Oh, yeah, absolutely. We are not going to take any chances with the Reds here. They are going down. Let's go F up the Middle East, guys. I don't know that we really need to. The Ottomans are doing enough of that for us. Richard, you should have pulled the UK. What would be pulling a UK in this case? Sitting back on my island for the entire game and then winning with a single truck that I drive to Berlin? Which I actually did once, by the way, and it was absolutely hilarious in a multiplayer live stream. I drove a truck to Berlin and won in a Dark Alliance game there. Russia and Germany in one faction. It was brutal. You say disaster, I say opportunity to expand your rule. Let the colonies suffer to keep the empire proper. That, you know what, you make a fair point there, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, Hermann von Goering is probably making a decent case right now for keeping the colonies intact. You know, I see some bright things in that guy's future. Maybe I should make him, you know, head of the Air Force or something. That's my thought process. Oh god, we are not producing a goddamn thing. We're not building a goddamn thing. We have 2 factories that we're using to trade for everything right now, it seems. Why are we... Do we have... We do, so why are we doing it that way? Okay. Goering is just getting fat. In Africa, probably. Let's see what we could do here. Not a whole hell of a lot. Although we do have 10 factories now. We're making progress. Communard France shows its true face. The Reds are clearly set to spread their poison. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll take the extra manpower, which just instantly disappeared. Where is all my manpower going to? All of my guys are fully reinforced, aren't they? Yes. Yes, they are. So where is my manpower going? I don't understand. The Pope's dead, and we have unrest in the Rhineland because of the... wait. Oh, yeah, because of the French. God damn this French plot. Alright, let's chop a few units off of here. And these guys we're going to have man the border over here. That seems like a good idea to me. Then for the rest of these guys, we're going to have to switch people around. Eliminate the commies. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? And that's the idea. We should have Rudolf Hess as Chief of the Air Force. Is he actually an option, I wonder? Let's find out. These are the manufacturers. We need... Oh, what do we have here? General strike in the Rhineland. Send in the army. That seems like an idea. Let's do it. Let's see here. We do not have Hess available as Chief of the Air Force. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Hey, don't offend Goering. Yes, he has some food issues. I mean, he ate as much as the whole of Africa, but hey, can you blame him? He just wants to eat. Sounds legit. Suffragist movement gathers strength. Women's suffrage. Oh boy. You know what? This is going to piss off everyone that we don't care about. So let's do that. Democracy in Prussia. Oh boy. Not so big on that, quite frankly. What will we do? Aftermath of the Black Monday. Let's do that. All right. And gonna go for concentrated industry. Sounds good to me. Give women the right. Give women the right to vote. Why? I agree. We have to keep that back. No need to rush to anything hasty right now insofar as voting is concerned, because we're monarchists after all. Revolution in Siam. To quote, if Goering never wiped out the German Air Force, he would have eaten it. Oh my god. When we invade France, General Steiner will lead the charge. That's definitely an idea. I have to see what guys we have. Alright. We have bankruptcy looming here. We're going to sell the railway. And, they've returned to the factories. Excellent. The Cretan question. Oh, who should we sell Crete to? Or should we keep it for ourselves? I don't really see much utility in Crete, to be honest with you. But the Ottomans are kind of useless. They're really not going to be working with us too closely. And what, Greece? No. Just no. Let's see here. We could liquidate unprofitable estates. That's an idea. And then move down that way. And then sale of Ceylon or approach Poland. I like that idea a lot more, actually. Let's bail out the Junker estates, I say. Give Crete to the Ottomans. Keep it. Crete is a good airbase in the Med. Keep it. That's actually a fair point. All right, we're going to keep it then. That's going to piss off everyone. Sounds good to me. Political power? What's that? Never heard of it. Syndicalist involvement in the general strike. Hey, we could declare war. I wonder. 47 to 100 versus our 80. Huh. You think it's worth starting the war right now, guys, or should we give it some time? Place your votes now, ladies and gentlemen. No? No one? No thoughts on this? Oh, there we go. War. Hang them. Yeah, let's see where this is going. Alright, seeing a lot for war. Send in Steiner. War while they are small. Okay, now they all came in with the fury. Build out your manpower. The Grand Duke says war. Okay. So, France will just surrender when they see Germany. Alright, if we're going to do this then, we need to do this properly. So, let me get these guys all on the border. We have 48 divisions over here. Let's get these guys set up. We'll set up, who should we send in here? Do we have Steiner? I don't even see Steiner here. I might have missed him. But in any case, we'll go for some of our higher skill generals. So let's get you. We'll get Model. We'll go for Goering, stop eating our political power, and yeah, go to war. Sounds good to me. Yeah, we're gonna set up our generals and everyone else here, and then we're going in. Guderian, that's an interesting idea, but I feel like I'm gonna see a lot more progress with either Manstein or Rommel. I'm just not sure. You know what? Manstein. Reflect, boys. It was nice knowing you. I'm going to Argentina. So little faith. Ye of so little faith. Let's see. Where are these guys? Oh, they're over on the border there. So let's put them under you, as a matter of fact. And now he can put 30 under his command. Stick these guys with him. Stick these guys with him. He'll be a consolidated command. And these guys, we'll put them under Heinz Guderian. Sounds good to me. Eliminate the commies. Sounds good. I think we will do precisely that. And now, just time to draw some offensive lines right across like so. And you guys, I'll have you actually focus on the drive towards Paris itself. Long live the Kaiser. Thank you. By the way, hello, Vilcus. I think I pronounced that right. Good to see you. These guys, we're going to have them pile up right over here, and their job is going to be a southern drive like that. Then you... I want you and your guys to get on over this way. There's actually just one massive problem with my plan. And that's that I'm piling all these guys up on here. I have no coastal defense if I do this, and I can't do that. So, what we're going to do instead... I'm really bloodthirsty, but I think you already knew this, Shrew. I'm seeing that. Hey, how you doing there, Seether? Good to see you, pal. German Imperial Army will crush those dirty Cindies, or maybe it's time to rename Berlin into a second Paris. Yeah, that's not impossible at this point. Alright, we're going to take half of this command, attach them to a new command, have these guys handle the coastal defense, because we do have the Brits here. It is not impossible that they come after us. The last thing we want to do is run into issues with that. In theory, we shouldn't, but in the event that I'm wrong, we're going to want to have that covered. We'll place him under the command of Rommel. You know, he does beach defense well, right? Guderian, we're going to have you over there. I'll manually direct them. And let's get the last of our guys set up here. You guys, we're going to put you under the command of Donitz. Sounds good to me. Ah, greetings from New York to Germany there. And before Shrew can't break the magic online, it's Kaiserreich. There shouldn't be one. We should be able to go around. He's a man of Prussia. I mean, Germany. Here's to hoping. Let's set these guys to search and destroy, keep their formation pretty tight, and have them patrol over here, where we shouldn't be able to be hit by any naval bombers, by any meaningful degree at the very least. And from there, how much of a stockpile do we have? We have a little bit. Enough to last us, you know, a brief period of time. And, alright. I think we're ready. I think this is as ready as we're going to get, quite frankly. Oh, wait, the Air Force. I almost forgot that we had one. So let's get these guys on out. It's not a lot. At all. What, we can't... Oh my god, we have no manpower. Ah! How? Literally how? What is taking up all the manpower? I don't understand. Biggest mistake was doing my usual shtick of disbanding the Air Force and reforming it as I see fit. Yeah, I forgot the poor flyboys. You are correct. Oh well. Doing it anyway. My bad. Alright. So, with that taken care of, we have all these gents. They're ready to go. Let's give them a well, you know what? Yeah, we're up against 45 positions if we attack right now, so we're going to give us a little bit of time. Quench militarism is taking your MP. Oh, is it? I didn't realize that was actively deducting them. Oh. No wonder it's not building up. God damn it. This is going to take 2,500 guys just to put them out. These guys are put out. I'll start with that, I suppose. And I believe I could do that. This is how I'll get around it. Oh, that's not worth it. This, however, would be. Now let's bring all these guys on in. There we go. Sure you were not supposed to save the sure you were supposed to save the Empire, not destroy it. I tried. Sort of like an incompetent Anakin Skywalker, I guess. Ethnic conflict on Sri Lanka. Now I see why they got rid of it. Ah, yes, we need soldiers to win the war. How could we forget about that? I know. I understand how that sounds, but it's not the end of it. We can still pull this off. We're going to go for radios because that'll be immediately useful. Get these guys rolling through. Ah, thank you, Thomas. Glad to see that the Großherzog, is that how it's pronounced? Großherzog? Oh, anyway, glad to see you approve. Do you have any major naval invasions to worry about? No, we're looking good in that respect. Oh, yeah, we need to get rid of the socialists. That's just necessary. Don't disappoint the Kaiser. Long live the galactic Kaiserreich. Oh my god. I'm sure there'll be a fan fork at some point in time where they have like Kaiserreich and Stellaris. I'd love to stick around, but my plane to Argentina has arrived. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. I know how it looks, but we will be entirely okay. It's just a passive state of hostility right now. That's all. Großherzog, German for Grand... Oh! Oh, okay. I actually never knew that. That's really cool. Flanders, Wallonia, and the Union of Britain are going up against each other. And they have a ton of ships. Oh my god, they have a massive amount of ships. That's just an ungodly amount of ships. Oh my god. Yeah, we're not going to mess with that right now. And the French Empire wants to send us volunteers. Why not? Oh, someone already did a Stellaris Kaiserreich? Oh, cool. I actually didn't know that. How is it? I might have to check that out. Now, this is going to be a staring match for quite a little while because if we attack first, we're going to run into problems because they have forts and everything else. If they attack first, they're going to run into problems. Now, the good news is, so long as we get rid of this program here, we'll be able to immediately launch into better laws for ourselves. Take it from there. We don't need reinforcements if the front line does their job. Wouldn't that be nice? Thought it was time for the Grand Duke to return and decide on a theme name for this stream. Ah, not bad at all. Ah, it's good to have you back. The Phony War. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much just a massive staring contest, because I know if I attack right now, it's going to lead to problems. So, oh, we actually have manpower. Well, goddamn. Let's see here. Do we have all of our planes out? We do. Okay. Progress. How many planes do they have here? Not much. Let's put these guys on out in that case. Recently arrived? Oh, okay. Mission efficiency is increasing rapidly. That's good. And you know what? I think I can build... No, I can't build any radar tech yet. Lord Sworn Order did Stellaris Kaiserreich. That's actually really cool. I have to check it out. Hey! How about that? Also... Okay, that's not us. We can work with this. Alright, they should retreat if they have any issues. It's like World War I all over again, but in 1936. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we got a massive battle taking place here. We lost 6. Wow, they lost a ton of battleships. God damn. Also, let's make sure that our new battleships are going into the proper fleet here. There we go. What are we going to do? Bulgaria has embargoed us? They don't understand what they do. Okay, we took some losses. They took a hell of a lot more, it looks like. It's still rough to tell, but yeah, it seems like we came out on top of that exchange. So that's good. And we have some veteran units now, so that's excellent in that respect. Oh boy. Oh, they're attacking across at us. Oh, it's the United Mexican States. Yeah, no one's worried about that, even remotely. How are we going to handle this? Alright. I have an idea. They don't have a ton of planes. Wait, did I press something incorrectly? Oh, can you not build transport planes? I guess not. Bulgaria dares to embargo us? Place them on the list for death. You're not wrong. Gonna have to go for them at some point in time here. Alright, let's up the speed because it looks like we're going to be fine for the foreseeable future. Uncircumv? Alright, cool. I'm good with this. This is member of the Legation Cities Council. Investment seized. Interesting. Okay. Seize the moment and nuke them. If only. If only. I do have a somewhat crazy idea. What if I led them into an area, cut them off, and then, you know, surrounded and killed off a bunch of their units by giving territory? Kaiser Shrew, it's a matter of honor. But I don't know that I could really go to war with Bulgaria. I'd have to go through like 16 different countries to get to them. No one embargoes the Kaiser embargoes you. Oh, I agree. We'll give Bulgaria to the Ottomans. I think that's a good idea, except for the fact that the Ottomans, if I recall from their focus tree, are probably going to end up backing up the Bulgarian government, so it would actually be giving it to the Greeks, but the Greeks are worse than the Bulgarians. This is a difficult one. Do you have problems with your economy? Your citizens hate you? Worker strikes are destroying your country? We have a solution for you. War. That sounds about right. Oh, what do we have over here? They landed in Lithuania. Sounds about right. What if I surrendered like a true frog? Hello, Iron Stark. And, unfortunately, I don't know that surrender is even an option. But luckily, I think we'll do fine anyway. Shrew, I believe in you. Thanks, Branch. I really appreciate that. All syndicalists must be liquidated. I, in the case of this scenario, completely 100% agree with you. Alright, you're good. Alright, we're going to bring these guys over this way. I don't know that there's much we could do to push across this line right now if we wanted to. France has like 17 different words for surrender, so I'm sure there is a surrender. Oh, man. That strange feeling when you are rooting for Germany but want Syndicalists to win. I understand the conflict. This might actually be the... Well, it's hard. There's nowhere I can really attack from multiple angles that has a lower amount of troops. Conquer Greece before you need to pay them loans. That's an idea. Alright, so we bailed out the Junker bonds. That's good. What are we going to do from here? Base stability or... Replace Black Monday effects. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we might actually get some factories back. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Sure, these people don't know you like I do. Like how I know you like your fries seasoned with more salt than the ocean. I mean, is that such a bad thing? Like, you know, a healthy sodium intake is a good thing, I'd figure. Iron Guard Romania is justifying on me? Those mother... Oh my god. Why? How? Literally for what? They're not... They're nationalizing the oil industry. What's that do? Okay. I see what they mean. God damn it. Monday of color. Alright, yeah, that's a more politically correct way to put it, I suppose. Yeah, it's a front to God. I want Germany to win, sigh. At least put the British Isles under a monarchy. Yeah, I will certainly see to what I can do on that. We've nearly repaired everything here. That's good. What do we have here? Let's get that going. We can't build any planes, can we? Huh. After Romanians defeated the Weltkrieg, they were promised control over the rich oil fields of Ploesti? Huh. Fall of Shanghai. With the current crisis, though, any open attempt to stop him would spark fears of war and drive away capital, wrecking us financially. Oh, boy. Let's bribe ministers and offer promises. Monday of rainbows and hugs, if only. Also, hello to everyone that just stopped in. See that our view count is actually doing pretty well. How are we going to handle this? That's really the question I'm asking myself here. It's 1936, we're already at war with them, and they have the entire line entrenched, and only one way I can see for us to get at them. And I don't want to throw away any attempt just yet, because if we strike first and we can't get across, we're going to have major supply problems. In fact, I'm probably not even going to attack until we have this corrected. Once we get rid of Black Monday effects, then at least we'll be able to make things again, you know? Have some chance. Can't wait to see the pop-up for that silly mustache guy people like to forget about. I'm actually kind of concerned. Which silly mustache guy are you referring to? Oh, we're going to build this. That sounds like a good idea. This is already going through. We'll go for that. And anything else that we really, really desperately need? It's a little bit early, but nothing major. Sounds good to me. Alright, we'll take these guys. We'll put them into the coastal defense. Is there a reason why it's not letting me build any aircraft at all? I wonder what the hell is going on with that. Don't worry, boys. We will be home by Christmas. I mean, nuclear winter. Yeah, that's entirely possible at this point. How's the air war going? Are we absolutely destroyed? Maybe? Entirely possible, I suppose. Alright, let's have them stop trying to do anything there, I suppose. Why are we having problems with the planes? I turned off airplane factories? How? Like, I go to here, build fighter, does nothing. My Air Force isn't doing anything either. Romania nationalized the oil fields. Yeah, that sounds about right. Full attack like a real German. Go for Calais. YOLO. Hey, Chocolate Memes. How you doing? Good to see you. And, Bastone, you said Richard. What can I do for you? It's unchecked? What do you mean it's unchecked? Am I missing something? Show outdated equipment? No. I am legitimately unsure. I'm a moron. Holy shit. I didn't realize you could uncheck those. This explains so much. Wow. Okay. Yep. Now I see what you mean. I must have accidentally clicked that. Wow. Okay. Huh. Funny that. Hello, Senior Hitler. Alright, so with that mystery solved, what are we going to do here? Oh, we got a bunch of guns that just came in. Nice. And Austria's canceled the non-aggression pact. Wonderful. I'm a moron. Huh, who would have guessed? What? You know, you're going to kick a guy while he's down. I see how it is. What are we going to do here? Best streamer 2018. I try. Just to let Austria and North Korea you. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that right now, but they don't have any justifications going. They don't have any claims that I'm aware of, so we'll have to see. Coup Luxembourg. I don't think Luxembourg exists in this mod here, so not sure that cooing them is a possibility, unfortunately. Approach Poland. You know what? I like this idea, as a matter of fact. We can deepen our Polish ties and bring in an even larger amount of them. This actually seems like a really good idea to get further guys into the war. Oh, finish Black Monday reforms. Yep, that sounds good to me. Yeah, exactly. Well, we own Luxembourg. Our fine African assets supplied us. Excellent. Inquisitor Llama, how you doing? Long time no see. No, nuke Poland. But here's the thing. If we bring them in, we can send their troops to go die in our place. And there's the American Civil War. Really adamant about the nuking here, aren't we? Why does it have to be tested out on the Poles, though? Like, we have the French here. There's actual communists sitting right across the border. There's plenty to nuke. Why do we have to nuke the Poles? I don't understand. Their air force is actually increasing in size, and that is rather concerning. You know what? Let's see if we can't toss out some of these guys now. See how that goes. Since we're on home turf, we might be able to do something about this, ideally. Every man a king. I've been working all the time, and do you trust the AI? Do I trust the AI? I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But so far, we'll see. Well, we approached Poland because, at the very least, we had to in order to get the Black Monday reforms. That was very necessary. Did I celebrate Adolf's birthday yesterday? No, because I am not of that political persuasion, personally. Let's not turn Kaiserreich into a fallout. Agreed on that one. Let's keep our nuclear destruction to a limited, communistically focused approach here. The Reich will not use nuclear weapons. I don't know if I go that far. The Reich has not fully considered the implications of utilizing nuclear weapons against all facets of the planet. But there may be parts where using nuclear weapons might be a worthwhile endeavor. Oh, okay. Let's pick up another factory's worth. There we go. Oh, what the hell? That one factory was the difference between us having 10 or none? That doesn't seem right. No, it's, okay. Something else is going on here. Huh. All of Europe must be united under one emperor, as it once was. Sounds good to me. And how are we looking here? It's, a little bit of a cluster. You know what? I think what we need to do is downsize on this and increase the size of that. That seems like a good idea to me. The other thing is we could probably reduce this down by half and just put more fighters into production as quickly as frickin' possible. Hoi 4 logic. The Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, we'll baptize the HRE in nuclear fire at some point in time. Please don't kill my grandfather in the army. Well, which one is he? I'll spare him at the show trials. I prefer the unholy Roman Republic. That's actually pretty funny. Alliance with Bulgaria. You know, okay, we do have a choice here. On the one hand, Bulgaria did embargo us. On the other hand, they might potentially bring in more troops. So, what do you guys think? Vote in the chat. Let us hear what you think. Because as of right now, I'm thinking that I'm actually going to take them up on it because I could use the extra troops. Let me see here as well. As I'm waiting for... Alright, so we have a no. Gonna stand on principle on this one, it looks like. Who else? Could probably use some tactical bombers as well. Alright, so we have ally, release Luxembourg. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. They can be forgiven if they provide us with support. How many men does Bulgaria have? Well, he has more divisions than the Pope. Let's see here. They have a total of 15 to 30 guys. Do it. They started. Fuck them. Alright, you know what? I'm seeing enough yeses to justify it. Bulgaria is good, but that Balkan League can ruin our party. I actually do agree on the Balkan League there. We'll have to do something about that. But here's to hoping that it works out. Let's see what happens. And the staring match continues intensely. Erich von Ludendorff dies. Let's remember the genius, not the dictator. Well, I mean, I'm the Kaiser. I have no problem with autocratic leaders. I don't know why it presumes my inclinations on that respect. Release Luxembourg. Luxembourg lives matter. You know what? We could potentially look into that after the war is over. Meh ally, I guess. We'll have to see. Okay, they did actually accept the alliance. Excellent. So, and they're at war with them. Good, 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 good. Now, until we have a land border, they're probably not going to send their guys yet, but they're there at least. We can murder them later. Right now, we got Cindy's to kill. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. It's like, eventually we can tidy up all the unfinished business that we have in Eastern Europe, but until then, we really do have a problem over here. And I think we're going to go for battlefield support. Get the Ottomans. The Ottomans would actually be very nice to bring on board, but I don't think they will. They do have a decent amount of guys at the very least. You don't have to join their wars. This is true. What does the tank tab look like? What do you mean? You talk about it in the tech tree? It looks like this, pretty much. Nothing major. Oh, 2nd Panzer Division? Please don't kill him. I'll see what I can do. Might have to toss him into the fight, though. You know what? How is our government looking right now? The John McLean explodes. Oh, damn. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna probably want this. Alright, we got the Black Monday reforms and superior firepower. Very nice. Alright, we have more work that we have to do going down this way. So, let's get the Middle Europa reforms. Alright, actually, there's other things we could probably do by now. Let's see here. Going over this way. Could probably use extra rifles and extra manpower. Those are both good. We're back up into positive stability. We should probably look into stability bonuses right now. We're not going to embrace the FOD. Or FOD. Not sure how you pronounce that there. I have an hour to burn, so I watched me some shrew. Hey, quiet guy, how you doing? Make a unit, call it the Luxembourg Army. That I could do. That's no problem at all. Alright, you know what? We're going to go for this. We're trying to get our political power back up into the positive. That's what I think. And now we're going to go for the next level of that. And good to go. Increase in stability. We went to very low. Progress. Lots of it. Yeah, there we go. Now it's looking better. We no longer have Black Friday. Quenched militarism is something we got to get rid of at some point in time, but otherwise, we're not looking too bad. Do the women's suffrage? Destroying communists, are we? Absolutely we are. We are currently in the middle of the Second Weltkrieg, which started in 1936. Build the biggest border wall and never stop the war. You know, that's not necessarily a bad idea. I just got to figure out whether or not it's worth the production cost to put that out. Oh, there's the Civil War over here. So we got paternal autocrats. We've got authoritarian democrats that we probably should support. Oh, food from Middle Africa. Very nice. We can't really invite them into the faction. We can only kind of hope that they do well and lend-lease them if we want. Which I'm not sure whether or not we should. Yeah, there's the Spanish Civil War. How are we looking over here? The American Union is the ones we're kind of rooting for, I think. We don't want the Syndicalists to come in. We know that much for sure. America is gone, and then Pacific States of America are not really a factor for us. Kingdom of Serbia is justifying against us. What is Serbia doing? Let me guess. They're justifying against Bulgaria. I'll bet you. Who knew it? Well, there's a Balkan conflict we're going to be tied up in now. Alright. We don't need all these guys over here, I'm thinking. So which one are they? This... I think they're this one over here. This is Army 4, yeah. So we're going to withdraw these gens here. And instead, we're going to have them move over this way. The Carlist has a funny hat. That Mexico, I guess they remembered the Alamo. Oh, they did. They certainly did. And they've come back with a vengeance. Balkans on drugs again. Yeah, you know it. The real question here is who are we probably going to end up fighting? I have a feeling... No, we can't cover everything right now, so let's cover this border and then figure it out from there, I think. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I'll take a Lithuanian Expeditionary Force. Protector of the Balkans. I wonder if they're going to get involved in this conflict, and if they do, what that will entail. What faction do they have going on here? Alright, so far, Austria doesn't actually have a faction. This is a good thing. Fight everything. It's looking kind of likely right now. So far, we're kind of in the middle of fighting, like, everyone at this point. Let's see here. Reform Middle Europa. We don't want to do that. We established that before. We got other stuff we need to worry about. Unless I'm going to be going into here. But if I do, help Austria out of its misery. Germans of Bohemia. Is there another way that I could potentially bring Austria on board with us? We need more people to fight the communists right now. That's really the major thing. Remind Romania of its duty. Oh boy. Alright. We're gonna go for this, I guess. Just have 15 different fronts. Why does Llama AME green? Not sure what you mean. Oh, they're attacking across the border. Okay, this means we gotta get these guys over to here. Like that. Make sure they're reinforced. The Kaiser calls crusade against syndicalism. Oh, yeah, he is a sponsor. And, by the way, I do really want to thank you for that, Llama. It's been very helpful. And it's very nice of you to sponsor me here. And by the way, anyone else that wants to sponsor, I do have links in the YouTube description below. It's something you do through YouTube Gaming, and it's very helpful. Yesterday night, Shrew was the baguette. Today he destroys them. Yeah, you know, I try to be fair and even-handed with these things. Oh, we have more guys over here. Let's put them with these gens, I'll say. So far, it looks like we're generally pushing them back. And this is excellent, because this is really going to cost them a lot more than it's going to cost us. The Swiss will kill us. Hopefully not. Hopefully the Swiss won't get involved at all. Because in the past they've potentially had bad relations with the French to begin with. Alright, so far not bad. We're actually holding them. There is some promise here, it seems like. We might actually be able to stop their advance. Oh boy, that's moving all over the place. Situation in Indochina deteriorates. Land war in Asia? Tally ho. No. I can't afford that. 10,000 manpower, 1,000 infantry equipment. I can afford 1,000 infantry equipment and 10,000 manpower. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I can't get directly involved in this war. It would cause so many major problems. Oh my god, what are you doing? You're losing to Ho Chi Minh, bro. Oh god, damn it. That's 4 divisions right there. They can't afford that. Food from Middle Africa. Well, that's helpful. How many divisions do they have? They have 17 versus 24. Oh my god, they're screwed. They're absolutely... They're done for. They're not going to come in because they're in the middle of their own war right now. But I'll call these guys on in. There's no reason not to, I think. And you know what? Middle Africa. Do you even have troops? Yes, you do. I could call them into the Weltkrieg, but I feel like that's not going to improve our situation any. The Swiss would have suffered a similar fate to that of Poland heading up in for the Alps. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're back. Hey, Danelle Fowler? Danelle Fowler? Yeah, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Sorry if I mispronounced your name there. It's the only reason I hesitated there, because I was like, how? I'm trying to remember how to pronounce that. But I do remember seeing you a while back there, and thank you. Glad you decided to hop on the stream. Alright, so making progress. We're keeping them at bay. And so far, let's slow this down a little bit so it's not lurching all over the place. We're short on oil. Do we have factories? No, we need to keep them going in order to build up more. You can never mess up my name. I'm just going to call you Senior. Signore. Leave the colonies out of the war. They are better as a resource farm than as a fighting force. You're probably right on that. I thought to myself briefly that, hey, if we have them come into the war, maybe we could deprive some of the others here. But no, you're right. It's not worthwhile to bring them in. Who would win? Empire which controls colonies all over the world and has the best army in Europe, or some Vietnamese peasant boys? Yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head on that one. They're going to end up losing, and it's going to be very pathetic. Almost as pathetic as me failing to understand that you can toggle on and off certain formations of frickin' factories. Who had the brilliant idea to put Goering in charge of Africa? Yeah, sounds about right. I wonder, how are they looking right now? It's the... Is it... Oh, they had it as a second Weltkrieg. Yep, there it is. Alright, so far we've lost 10k, and they've lost 293,000 guys. Oh god, that's great. That is so wonderful. Okay, alright. I think the strategy is working. We could just, you know, keep this going as it is. Coup Russia with communists. As interesting as an idea that would be, you can't coup anyone in this game, unfortunately. Like, staging coup doesn't do anything. I'm clicking it right now. Oh, the Russian state is just... A what? Caucasus direction? What does that do? What are they doing to us? This is going to be bad, I have a feeling. Does anyone know what happened to Hitler in this universe? Probably just ended up as a, you know, second lieutenant that ended up just doing nothing. Because no party to join. Probably had a distinguished military career and then, you know, went about his day. We'll see. Probably a painter somewhere. Hey, well, you know what? It is alt history, so it's not impossible. He wrote, like, maybe he painted the equivalent of, like, Guernica. Became an anti-war veteran. Alright, I think we're going to have these guys handle security up here a little bit further, because apparently they need it. We have plenty of forts across here that are helping to hold, but we are lacking over in this direction. So we're going to set up more guys over that way. Probably lived a pretty regular life, no tragedy to take advantage of when you are the victor. Yeah, I know, right? You said you will make the a Luxembourg Army. This is true. I haven't made any other armies, though. Romania declares the Bucharest Treaty dead. Oh boy. That doesn't sound like it's going to end well. So what's holding us back here? We need the final reform, which means we have to go down this whole line here. Finalize centralization. Or restore the... If the Kaiser finds out about this, he will not be happy. However, now that he has his office, he's been restaffing important offices and making contracts with junker companies, and some people whisper about a sinister plan to get... Oh, what do we have here? Hey, Ryan Hawks, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that, pal. Really awesome of you. Yeah, we don't want to go for that. But then the other option is women's suffrage, and I feel like that's equally... Do the women suffer? Oh my god. That's what we have here. Oh, Savinkov. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he kind of Russian Hitler, but our Kaiserreich community have so many memes about him, I can't say anything bad about him. I'll have to look into him. It sounds pretty funny. You know, just from a meme perspective there. Hitler has only got one ball. Goering had two, but very small. Himmler has something similar, and poor old Goebbels has no balls at all. It's a interesting parable. I think anytime you read anything from the Balkans, the appropriate reaction is, well, that doesn't sound like it will end well. That is accurate. All right, let's go for... we can't ban French organizations because we're not at peace with these guys. So this whole line here is out of the question. So we're going to organize the youth. Sounds good to me. Christian Trade Union. That's what it's looking like. We're probably going to go for the Christian Trade Union. Offer from the United Provinces of America. They've offered to reduce restrictions on our trade in return for development aid. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Azerbaijan wants help from Iranian aggression. Literally, who cares about Azerbaijan? Wait, are they in my alliance? I hope not. It's Ukraine. No, Azerbaijan's right over here. Literally, who cares about Azerbaijan? It's Azerbaijan. Like, there is no circumstance where their 4 to 7 divisions are ever going to be worth fighting the 14 to 20 from Iran. Alright. Russia cares about them. This is true, and if Russia wants to secure Azerbaijani independence, then they are welcome to do so. Otherwise, Iran can have them, as far as I'm concerned. $390,000, almost 400,000 communist French have died to our 16,000 casualties. Oh my god, they're literally charging to their deaths over here. It's brutal in the worst possible way. And the amount of equipment that they've lost it's evident. It's self-evident based on, you know, their strength here. Suffrage and Christian Trade Union are both useful. I'm inclined to agree. We're probably going to go for that. It's not pronounced Iran, it's pronounced Iran. That's actually a fair point. I'm so used to pronouncing it Iran because of the mid-2000s when I first realized that Iran existed. Mainly because of Iraq, or Iraq, I believe is how they actually call that. Let's go for this. And I wonder... No, it's still too far. It'd be silly as hell. No, we're going to wait. We're going to wait on that. And what else can we go for here? Let's pick up infantry equipment. Sounds good to me. We could do a police crackdown. That's not going to be helpful for us at all right now. I'm getting flashbacks from the Millennium Dawn videos. Yeah, that sounds about right. How will the Azerbaijani bully Armenia now? I know, right? Jewish immigrants from Algeria. Yes, we're going to welcome the French Jews into our country and make sure that we put a stop to this Algerian aggression to the Jewish population. Yeah, we're just going to bring them right home. Now counterattack, secure the Low Countries more. We'll see what we can do. Because as it stands, they still have a fortified fort line that's going to be very difficult for us to get through. Like, you know, you can see it in other areas over here. And they've tossed away 400,000 French lives already. If they keep that up, we'll just be able to walk over there no problem. We need new bankers. Well, one thing is for sure. At the very least, if nothing else, we'll have saved the Jewish population of Algeria. You know, for that, I think the Kaiser deserves some credit. Even the communists don't treat the Jews well. I know, right? It's horrible. That's why we have to save them. The Brits ain't doing such a great job of trying to do the whole naval invasion thing here. It's just not working out for them. Who does treat the Jews right? Israel? I don't know. That'd be the first thing I put forward. How did I escape Iraq? Iran. Yeah, that sounds about right. What are we gonna do here? We're almost done organizing the youth, so that'll get us another 250 rifles and then 25,000 manpower. Sounds legit. And then from there, it's just a matter of pushing onward into France eventually. You know what? I'm actually going to pull these guys back off again. That may be just enough to convince them that they can go on the offense again with little to no problems here. Which army is it? It's army number 4, which is... Oh god, which front line is it? There's so many. Army number 4, I think. Alright, that's not helpful. Alright, we got a bunch of wars breaking out right now. I think it's... Okay, it's definitely not that one, so it must be this one? I'm thinking? Yeah, that was the right one. Okay, alright. So, with that done, now I'm going to actually start recruiting some more fellows here. And the question becomes, who are we going to be putting out, because we have all these different division templates here. I'm thinking we want artillery in each one, and support staff if we can. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they have both of those in the same unit, because of course. Alright, let's start with... Okay, that's going to take a little while. What about these guys? We could put out a bunch of those. Let's go for the artillery gents here. Alright. Extra 5 is about the limit of what we could do. That should be good by me. Alright, and I will put these guys together. They will be the Luxembourg Army. As promised, I will fulfill my obligation on that one. Luxembourg will have a troop presence in this. No worries at all. Christian Trade Union. Wait, is it Christian Trade Union? Yeah, it's Christian Trade Union. Okay. Just kind of surprised that they have trade unions that are inherently religious. Did you see Ottoman? Oh, man. They're going after the Saudis here. That's going to be interesting. And they're also fighting Yemen. So they're going to have a fair amount of control over the area over here. Iran's going to have Azerbaijan. It's going to be hard to say who... Oh, they're fighting Iran right now. Oh, we'll have to see how that turns out. If they actually win that, we might be able to bring them on board. It's Russia. They will make it disappear. Yeah, that sounds about right. Have you heard about the possible Russian chemical attack in England? If so, what's your opinion? I'm actually thinking of doing a more debate and politics-oriented live stream. So I'm going to save topics like that for that in particular. But it's very complicated and there's a lot of facets to it. Now that we have welcomed the Jews, we need to get them places to live and work. I suggest a sort of camp with metal shops and... Oh my god. Yeah, that's not edgy at all. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm thinking more administrative positions in assisting the functioning of the Reich. Actually, here's an idea. Have them work with the colonial office. Let's see here. Russia wants to seize Don Kubin. We're not going to mess with that because even though it's going to bring me back to 0, I really don't want to fight the Russians right this second. I like this person. Oh my god. Downfall of stability. That's very unfortunate. Let's continue going down this. How are we looking on the fighters? Oh, we're actually back up in the net positive. Excellent. Our ideology has grown. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, we're definitely not going to release Luxembourg until the end of the war with France, because it's going to compromise our front line if I do. So it's going to have to at least wait until that point. Oh, wow. We got a ton of guys over here from some particular German name that I can't pronounce. The Black Dossier. A formal investigation must be conducted immediately. What? It alleges with less evidence that von Goering and his loyalists gather information for blackmail against his own employees, has been involved in the kidnapping and intimidation of journalists, even hiring assassins. Damn, Goering, what are you doing? Oh man, do you think we should investigate von Goering? I feel like we should. Don't release Luxembourg. The Mafia will rise the price of diamond to ungodly levels again. Oh my god. Hey, the fall of Washington. The United States was annexed. It automatically chose something. I wasn't sure what it was, but I guess we're going to find out. I guess we quietly buried it. That's my supposition in this situation. Alright, let's put these guys as part of this command over here. And so far, no attempt to attack them, it seems like. We're just going to continue and see what we can do. Goering did nothing wrong, but just to be sure. Oh my god. Alright, so it looks like we've wiped out their air force to a very large extent by this point. That's excellent, as a matter of fact. I am perfectly okay with this. We're going to want to fix... Oh, never mind. That's already taken care of. Okay. But, we're going to have to get our stability back up. That stability is going to be an ongoing problem if I don't do something about it. And that's pretty much what this is going to come down to. Alright, let's do that. Stability is a major issue. What's the difference between nationalism and fascism? Oh my god. I feel like fascism has nationalistic tendencies, but the difference mainly comes down to nationalism doesn't necessarily include racial elements to it, which I believe fascism usually does. That's just my eyeball understanding of the situation. I haven't really looked into it too thoroughly. I have an EU4 game to catch. I will see you around, Shrew. Very interested in this political stream idea. Oh, thanks, pal. And thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm looking to... I've been doing a lot more streaming. I'm trying to go for not quite daily, but I'm probably going to get closer and closer to that and see how it works out. But yes, I do think that a stream just discussing, kind of like Destiny, where he does debate and discussion and politics and that sort of thing, I think that could be very interesting. Fascism is expansionistic and militarist. Ah, yes, that is a fair point, actually. And usually there's a colonial bend to it as well. Oh boy. Hermann von Goering has refused to step down. Those intermediary, Carl Schmitt, he has argued that Statthalter is a sovereign official able to step outside the law. Oh, God. We'd have to go to war in order to get him out of there, I feel like. Oh, God, what did it do? I didn't press anything. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't force me to go to war with von Goering. This would be terrible. Also, yeah, the political stream idea is pretty cool. I remember talking about it with you a while back in stream. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I tried doing a podcast for a little while, but it was a lot of work for what basically ended up turning out to be just a pre-scripted radio show that didn't really work well on YouTube. And getting it published on any sort of podcasting site was not the easiest thing in the world. I hadn't been able to get up on iTunes or anything else, and I don't have a website. So wasn't really working at the time. But I'm hoping that if I do a live stream instead, I'll be able to utilize video and everything else and potentially make something work with it. Oh boy. Yup, let's send them support and... Oh God. Oh God, Goering, what have you done? Oh no. Oh God. That's terrible. Who... Where even... This is a disaster. We decolonized involuntarily. God damn it, Goering, you've killed us all. Oh my God. Also, tone it down a little bit here, guys. I don't want to run into any issues. I'm not big on that sort of rhetoric. I joke a little bit here, but even I should probably be more cautious about this whole thing, because that's not my personal ideology, and with the way that things are going these days, even joking about it can be problematic. I know, right? Goering, why'd you do this? Literally, why? This is so unnecessary. Demonetization incoming on YouTube. Yeah, right? Alright, let's get early mobilization. For the love of God, please. We need more factories. Name the best political party in the world. Hint, it's the Green Party. I actually voted Green Party in the last election. I voted for Jill Stein because I was not a fan of Hillary Clinton, and I'm obviously not anywhere near, a fan of Donald Trump either, personally. Hey, good evening to you too, Crea? Crea? I think I called you Crea. I'm just going to keep calling you that, if it's all good. Goering, why have you betrayed us? Completely agreed. Yeah, it is pretty funny that it falls apart into a bunch of warlords. I'm a monarchist and a German. I can make jokes about everything. You can make jokes about everything. I can't. And that's why I said I have to be more careful about that. Alright, these guys are ready to come on out. Shrew phones don't give cancer. Well, we're not sure yet. The science isn't quite settled. You question the God Emperor? Oh, man. Alright, fulfilling one of my campaign promises. Army of Luxembourg. There you go. 6 divisions under Gunther von Kluge? Kluge? That guy. Approximately speaking. I meant to ask last night, Midwesterner? No, I'm actually from New York, but I'm out in the countryside. That's why I don't have a typical New York accent. Now we're going to go for the German post office. We're going to pull your innards out through your pummel. Sure, can you take a look at Spain for a second? Absolutely. Let me take a look on over there. So it looks like the paternal autocrats have won, and now we have Bourbon Parma in charge. And he will not be joining us. Day 1 on the front lines. The officer gave me a monster costume. I can't do a German accent. And told me to stare at the baguette men. I don't know what shall be happening here. So, let's put these guys nominally on this border, we'll say. Oh, Jesus, not that wide of a border. Let's narrow it down to just Austria. Right there. Maybe we'll do a Spain Kaiserreich campaign someday. That would actually be very fun. I'd have no problem with that. Let's ally with Ireland. I'd have no problem with that. Oh, what happened to Michael Collins? Okay, now I would have a problem with that. What time is it in New York? In Germany, it's 23:37. Right now, it is 5:37. Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Uncircumf the movie. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright. The French Empire declared war on the Commune of France. Alright, we're making progress. So now it's your turn to teach me. I'm hot garbage at Hoi4/Kaiserreich. Well, you know what? I don't know that I'm much better, but I am trying. The idea right now is that... Alright, let me show you this exchange right here. So, we've lost 36,000 guys, right? The Communist French have lost 419,000. And the reason they've done that is because they are charging against entrenched positions that we have all along the line here, with forts everywhere, and with, you know, fully reinforced guys. So, that's the key for right this second, is if you're going up against forts, you should probably be very careful about attacking, which they were not. How's North America looking currently? Have your allies won yet? So, I don't know that we're going to have any allies, although they do seem to be... I don't know that the paternal autocrats are actually going to back us up, but it doesn't seem like they're winning anyway. It looks like it's going to come down to the Pacific States of America and the Communist Syndicates of America. And these guys at least might join the Entente, which means we won't have to fight them right away. If we win against the French... that's going to be such a massive boon for us that we should be able to take on the Entente without too many problems. Can't even catch a break in this game. I know, right? Yeah, Huey Long never has any luck. Why, yes, I will accept your Lend-Lease. Thank you. I'm not going to do a non-aggression pact with the Canadians because I don't want to have to be a liar later on. How are we looking over here? Hey, they have no one left. This is an ideal time to put them over this way. And also, let's toss out some more. We'll have these guys take up positions over here. We'll lower this down by 100. Have them start doing strat bombing. And finally, we don't have anything in the way of close air support, so not going to do much with that, I suppose. That's okay. But yeah, so this is going to be the situation. We're going to start strat bombing them. And pretty soon... Oh, Dominionists in South Africa. Interesting. I meant he had no luck in the real world either. That is true. Also, if I recall, he wasn't a paternal autocrat in the real world. He was actually very left-leaning, but I could be mixing him up with someone else too, so I'm not 100% on that. Wait. You're a New Yorker, the state which vomited up both offerings of fail in the last election. You didn't support either of them? Well, okay, yes, this is true. Both Trump and Hillary Clinton were from New York. Although Hillary Clinton was imported. She was not, you know, from around here. My favorite candidate was also from New York in that particular election cycle. That was Bernie Sanders, who, if you ask me, was probably the best out of the bunch there. And he was from Brooklyn. But, you know, they ended up rigging the primary against him. It was a very New York-centric election, which is nice because we haven't had a lot of New Yorkers running in a while. So, I was good with this. Though in reality, I'm less concerned about the geography and more concerned about the policies, and Bernie Sanders just had a lot more that I agreed with. Oh, you got to meet him? Oh, how was he? No longer was socially liberal and fiscally conservative. That does sound about right. Coming back soon. Alright, well, see you when you get back, pal. And welcome back, Inquisitor Llama. Basically, in terms of what you missed, we destroyed a bunch of French communists that were trying to charge out our lines. Africa has devolved. Middle Africa, under von Goering, has descended into utter chaos as of right now. I believe we're supporting Nambia. Now, as to where they are in this mess, I couldn't tell you if I tried. I thought you liked Green Party. Well, it's not that I like the Green Party. I'm more of an economic-focused guy, so I'm not... When it comes to environmentalism, I generally agree with it, but it's not my primary focus. I'm more left-leaning in general, but when it comes to fiscal policy there, that's where my focus really lies, and it's very left-leaning as well. And the Green Party, it's still left, but it's a more environmentally focused party. Clinton wasn't important. Yup. Wife teaches Southern history and politics, so I got a few pages of Huey Long from her, and when she spotted him in a KR rally, KR playthrough I was doing. Oh, nice! Very nice. So what you're saying is that if there were Estilians, if there are Estilians would have just nuked New York City, and I don't know what Estilians is. Just nuked New York City in World War II, there would have been no Trump, Clinton, or Sanders. Well, actually, that wouldn't have affected Sanders. And like I said, Clinton is actually from the South. If I recall, she was from Arkansas, so not so much. Dondax, am I pronouncing that correctly? Well, hello to you. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you. And I'm just going to call you Don. If Don, you go with Don? I'll stick with Don if that's all right. This is the first time I've seen Africa like this in this mod. Yeah, same here. We must recycle now. I generally agree. I'm for small government, human rights, and personal responsibility. I'm not against any of those things in particular. I just think that systems have a far greater impact than individuals on how it is that people tend to fare in life. So that's why when it comes to economics, I think economics is the basis for all enfranchisement. And I think that, you know, when you have systems that are inherently inequitable to certain groups there, it's going to make it very difficult for those groups to do well. Hillary's from Illinois or something. Billy Boy's the Arkansanian. That's true, actually. I can't remember whether it was Illinois, though. I thought that she was also a Southern Belle, but I can't remember offhand. Baltic Duchy wants more independence from Berlin. Let's not do that. If we're nuking New York City, we're nuking California too, especially Southern California. I'm not big on nuking New York City. I got my differences with them, but you know, it's still New York City. They request more supplies. Yeah, we can afford it. We'll send it to them. That feeling when everyone talks about elections, presidents, and your country have one president for 25 years. Russian, by any chance? Oh, I had it right the first time? Dondex? Alright, you know what? Alright, I'll stick with Dondex in that case. Just took me a second to mull over there and be like, as long as I'm actually pronouncing it correctly. Sure, would you agree to nuke New Jersey? I actually stayed in New Jersey for a little while there because I had an ex-girlfriend down that way, and I've been tempted in the past, but I don't think that we should necessarily nuke there either, to be entirely honest with you. Though right now it does feel like 25 years. What else do we have here? Goddamn Belarus. Can we get some communism going? We're trying to get rid of communism, my bro. That's the idea here. We need to remove communism from France. Nah, you nuke New Jersey and it takes out those Superfund sites. The whole plan's going to go to... Well, that's okay. You know that they were dumping, and I remember seeing this in a thing that John Oliver did. They were dumping nuclear waste off the coast of New Jersey, and I was like, that explains so much about the people. Because communism is scientifically proven to be the best possible economic and political system in the history of the world. It has been tried and tested and shown to be completely infallible. I'm going to assume you're memeing there, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty left-leaning. Something about breaking people into groups instead of people don't really sit well with me. What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand you. Belarus is like a shit version of Russia, no offense. Damn, how do you take offense to that? That's such a benign statement. Let's see what we can do here. It's a little bit early to be going for that, I think. Let's go for this instead. Alright, sure, I'm done with the new questions. Now I got another question for you. What's your feelings on the 4th International Podeism? Are you ready to join your space comrades? You know, it was actually Baron that introduced me to Podeism, and when I saw that, I was like, no! Oh god, what are you doing? It's not how any of this works. Obviously, I'm not a Podeist. Well, whoever said that isn't wrong. It's like a mini Russia. Sounds about right. Seize the memes of production. Kick Panama out of the Comintern. Well... yeah. Nambia requests workers. God, they just want everything from us. Alright, fine. Take my workers too, why don't you? Oh, hold on a second. This is promising. This is the time where we're going to move forward. Let's go, gents. They have created the gap, and we are about to push through. Alright. So, with that accomplished, now comes the question. How are we going to work with these guys? They can stay there. You guys. We're going to move them up to here. We're going to give them the objective to just come right down and around like this, I think. Nice to catch a break. I live in arguably one of the most conservative states in the U.S., albeit our city is the black sheep. Which state is that, if you don't mind my asking? What I'm getting is that socialism will inevitably collapse because people are selfish. Not all, of course, but too many to sustain a collectivized economy at a large scale. A civil war in South Africa. I'll respond to you in a second here. Just give me one moment. All right, let's go all the way on this, I'd say. Oh, you're from Alabama. Oh, that's interesting. I can't imagine how France would be in World War II if they were communist. Well, we're getting a first-hand glimpse into that reality right now, so we'll have to see how that goes. Also, let me change our stalwart gents here from strat bombing to combat support. All right, and to answer back what you were mentioning there, so there's different variations that you kind of have to go with here. So there is a marketable difference between socialism, communism, and other systems there. As far as I'm concerned, democratic socialism is one of the easier things to work with because it's just a matter of market regulations being used in order to create equitability between governments, the people, and the private sector. You know, the idea being that you use the government in order to place regulation on the free market so that this way it operates in what is perceived to be an ethical manner. So, in terms of socialism working, it's not. It does actually end up acting in, you know, collective self-interest, and you can make the argument that it works. In order to have that discussion, it's a larger discussion that you have to take place. Which is why I just wanted to briefly comment on it, but you know, just to say that there's more to say on that topic. Well, without British help. Oh, you're from Birmingham. Okay. Which is largely Southern Democrats, so pro-guns and gays. That's an interesting mix there. The free market and uber-corporatism economies also have their own problems as well. Well, yeah, and the other thing, too, here, I'm under no illusions. When you're dealing with the question of which systems are better, you're not asking which systems are perfect. You're asking which problems you prefer to deal with. And that's always the better way to just phrase the discussion. Because no matter what you're doing, there's death built into every system. It's just a matter of degree, I suppose, in many respects there. There's going to be different inequitabilities that take place. Even in a purely egalitarian society, it's almost impossible to have a truly equal, society without losing all sense of individualism. And even then, you're just talking about like a machine republic type situation. It's always a matter of just choosing what type of problems you want to deal with. Socialism exists for barely 100 years and doesn't even get time to develop without being ridiculed and called out as a terrible system. Well, I mean, there's also a marketable interest behind that perception, you know what I mean? It's directly contrarian to the major systems that run, the major, what do you call them? The major parties, entities, whatever you want, interested parties that basically control modern politics. There's money behind this discussion. Gosh, Americans debating politics, always missing out the vital role levels of monarchy plays in government functioning properly. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Socialism and communism. Oh, hey, Laban, how you doing, pal? Socialism and communism needs capitalism to get the country rich, which means you're an idiot to get away from capitalism. Well, the other thing there is, like I said, market socialism, democratic socialism, is not removing capitalism from the system. It's just regulating it in a more equitable fashion. So I would say that there is nuance to that situation as well. Yes, and capitalism has shown the best results so far. I'm not anti-regulation. I just think we have a habit of going overboard with it. Well, there is a subjectivity that goes hand in hand with that discussion as well. So you also could make the argument that every system that's been in place is arguably the best system for its time. That's what inertia is. That's what status quo is. Oh, thanks, Laban. Appreciate that. But yeah, when you have for example, Egyptian highly authoritarian, highly bureaucratized systems in the ancient past, where you have license. I remember there was a video that Historia Civilius I believe that was the name of the channel. He discussed all the bureaucracy behind the Cleopatra Egyptian bureaucracy, and Egypt during the ancient times was considered one of the best bureaucracies and one of the best government forms of its time. It was an empire for a reason. But then you go through and you look at and compare that with modern-day capitalism. Capitalism today is a massive, massive improvement over old-school bureaucracy. But if you go back into antiquity and try to have the discussion, inertia is going to say, no, that's ridiculous. It's unproven, and every result of free market capitalism is going to fail. So, there is that. Friend with Ireland. Yeah, that's an idea. Also, we're going to do police crackdown here because we need stability. So true, some form of poli-sci major degree in the past. I wish. I'm actually a business major that ended up switching to liberal arts and humanities because I failed accounting 3 times. And in new and interesting ways each time. I took traditional paper accounting twice, and then after I succeeded in failing at both of those, I proceeded to take computerized accounting, figuring, I'm decent with tech, I owned a tech company at the time there, very small. It was just website design. But, I was like, hey, I'll do this instead. And then I proceeded to withdraw from computerized accounting so that I wouldn't fail. So, yeah, that's that's my educational background. At the right channel, I watched it too. Yeah, Cleopatra in Egypt. Yeah. It was actually very interesting. But that's my point, is that when you have inertia in the system, you look at it, people are going to say that that's the best system because that's what's worked up until now. It's not until you have a large amount of move towards a new system there and really work out all the flaws and kinks on a theoretical and ideological level from practice that you can really say that something's objectively better. Because I do think that, capitalism is objectively better from old school, slave economy systems that we had from antiquity all the way up to the American South during, the American Civil War. What else do we have here? Consider the near historically panic levels the rest of Europe suffered when the French chopped the monarchs. Yeah, there is that. Like with all progress there, we moved away from monarchies by this time, but there was a time when people thought that monarchies would be the only stable system you could have. Laban, I think Scandinavian economies are defined as free markets with large welfare states, so it's like harshly liberalized capitalist system, John. Yeah, like with most things, it's a spectrum. And it's not an even spectrum that just goes in two ways. Like, people refer to themselves as right or left. There's a lot of nuance that goes into that. You could be a very left-wing Christian, for example, or you could be a very right-wing Christian, or you could be, you know, an anti-Christian left-wing or right-wing, but it goes in multiple directions. It's a web, if you ask me. It's very complicated. So it does make life very difficult. Let's see here. Deepen Polish ties. Look what you guys got me do. I've been talking about politics this entire time here. I'm going to bring on 2% here. How's Austria doing, Richard? So right now, it looks like they're doing fine. Did they bring all them into one alliance network? Yes, they did. That's a little concerning. I really hope that I can get them to join with me, or else I could have a major problem, because I don't have enough guys in order to fight on that front. Let's see here. We've seen socialism collapse 100 times before, and it will always go the same things. Start out fine, then run out of other people's money to spend. They devolve into despotism and eventually collapse. I will come back to that point in 1 second here. Let me just look through everything else. All I'm saying is that capitalism is a very better track record. Capitalism is the issue of booms and busts. Most of these issues are caused by greed of the few at the top, making stupid short-sighted cash grabs, especially bankers. I actually do agree that, you know, the boom-bust cycle is inherent in an unregulated free market economy. And when I say unregulated, underregulated is another facet of that as well. Banks are very regulated compared to other private interest entities, but they still suffer from the boom-bust cycle because they're not regulated to the extent that they can get rid of those insecurities in the market system. So there is that. Don't let the lower-class Germans take over Greater Germany. Well, as it stands right now, we've managed to, you know, rather centralize the monarchy, so that does help. You know, we had the final reform here. We finalized centralization, so yeah, things are good. The Luxembourg Army right now is set up on the Austrian border. It's just a token presence, so if they declare war, I'm not completely screwed. So that's the hope there. Oh, I should check the time, by the way. I haven't done that the entire time here. Damn, we've gone for 2 hours. It's felt like nothing the entire time here. It's been pretty cool. All right. So, getting back... Oh, anyone shaking Wilhelm II this year to make sure he's still alive and didn't just die sitting in his chair? Oh, God. Willie D is still over here. Did the Moz ever finish the Ottoman claims and wars? No. I know this because I played... Oh, now it's Turkey. I know this because I had played them once before, and now it's just a generic tree. But before, all their claims of wars were done either by event or, you know, driven by other factors, because I played them before. The actual focus tree does not have them, to my knowledge. But it is a work in progress, so here's to hoping. You want to see something that has very little regulation, look at the oil industry. There are regulations in the oil industry. They do have the Clean Air and Clean Water Acts that they have to follow in the United States and that sort of thing. Do you understand what inflation is? Do you know what fractional reserve banking is? Do you know what an economic panic is? If you understand these, then you know the issue of modern banks. I do agree on all of those, although some of those are inherent in the systems that we set up to begin with here just because of how we deal with currency. So, for example, inflation is going to be inherent in any system that does not have set regulated price controls combined with unbacked currency that has a fiat speculative value. You're going to have inflation in either of those systems, and there's not a whole hell of a lot that you can do to evade that. You can control it, and modern economists basically go forward with this idea that it's a good thing to have, you know, inflationary values in your currency, but generally speaking, it's going to be very hard to circumnavigate an economic system that would operate without those. You know, I don't know what that would even necessarily look like at this point in time here, because we've not dealt with that for such a long time. Alexa, tell me a joke. Alexa, French military achievements. Well, that's not fair, though. You got the Napoleon. The guy was like a conqueror in his own right. Yeah, that's. I always felt like that was a little unfair there, but it is still funny to me. Inflation is when someone takes hollow rubber money and pimps it with air and then spreads it amongst the economy. Oh, heck pumps. Yeah, sounds about right. Get Japan. I don't know that the Japanese will actually work with me here. I highly doubt that, as a matter of fact. They're probably just going to cause problems over here, and that's going to be the state of things going forward. But at the very least, we do have a little bit of hope of pushing down this way, and that's what we're trying for right now. It'll be a grind, it'll be slow, and we have Ukrainians that have been pushing into over here. They've taken a port. That's actually very impressive, quite frankly. But yeah, if we are able to push on down, the better the situation can be. Yes, and inflation is a rampant issue when your country realizes it's not as wealthy as they should be and start pumping out devalued notes to try and help people. Well, there's more to it than that. It's a trickle-down system as well. So you're dealing with systems, and yeah, you could be referring to like Zimbabwe and areas like that where that has historically been an issue. But generally, you have some level of inflation that's going to be inherent in the entire system. You can have deflation if you don't set wages or the overall price drops, but normally people freak out when their dollars go further because they don't understand what is going on. This is true. Your average person is not going to have any idea how the modern economy works. Richard, get an army in that landing. I'm working on it. If I can move this one army here, these 3 divisions, if I can move them off, we will actually be able to successfully push through, unite with the Ukrainians, and push further in. Oh, it's 1939. Yup. Effectively, they make people reliant on them to survive to ensure their support. That is not what I would call a good system. It depends. Let's also be honest here. Anytime that you're dealing with organized labor, there's going to be people reliant on someone. It's just a matter of whether it's private industry, a government, or some pseudo entity in between those two extremes. No one individual can provide for all their needs in the modern context of how we organize societies. It's not going to happen. Even if you're able to provide for your basic needs, which geography says that's not likely to begin with, you could run into issues even just with the commodity level because you're never going to have, all the modern conveniences of society, All right, and we pushed through. We united with the Ukrainian front over here. Life is good. Which means we can have these guys stop running, trying to push into these guys over here. So, yeah, things are good. Okay, let's get some volunteers from the Austrians. That sounds good to me. And let's push into here. So you're saying we should go back to subsistence farming? Well, no. That's my point. Is that any situation where you're going to have people that are, reliant on any system these days is going to be reliant on someone. It's a matter of how you organize that system, and that's where details come into play as well. I don't like to deal in broad strokes where I can. I prefer to iron out the details of the system, because there can be socialistic systems that won't work, there can be capitalistic systems that won't work, but it mostly comes down to the details of how you organize that system. I don't think it's the general theories themselves that make it untenable. It's the implementation. Who won the American Civil War? It's still ongoing. Right now, it's between the Pacific States and the combined synarchists. Wait, never mind. No, the war is over. They decided to split the country in half. The syndicates get one half, the Pacific States get the other, and Mexico took what it wanted from Nevada. So, yeah, that's that. I believe Mexico won the American Civil War. Yeah, sounds about right. Spread monarchy to Antarctica, shrew. I would, but unfortunately we stopped at the Horn of Africa. True victors of the American Civil War. Yeah, sounds about right. We could talk about this for days, but I don't think either of us will change their minds, so why not call this discussion done for today? Well, I do want to actually talk about it further, but I'm not necessarily worried about changing one person's mind either. I do think that having it is a fruitful discussion, But yeah, we'll come back to this when I do my politics stream, because otherwise, yeah, we'll keep talking about this, Which I'd be okay with. I just hadn't set up for that. And welcome back, Thomas. How you doing? Can I restore Bourbon, France? That depends on whether or not I annex them. If I don't, then yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. If I do, then probably not. Also, I think we're going to stop our advance over here because we're running into issues with trying to fight them now. Also, it looks like... Oh, who is that over here? Oh, the French Empire have landed. Okay, nice. Good to get is Brazil. That would be an interesting one. Butter720, how you doing? Good to see you. Let me check something here. Alright, so now we've lost 91,000 to their 651k that they've lost. Jesus. Oh my god. Let's add a few more guys into production over here, because clearly we need them. Not too bad, was twiddling with some OBS stuff because of the lag issues you mentioned. No worries, you know, I did check out on your stream there. It was looking pretty interesting, but it was lagging out, so, you know, hopefully next time there it'll be a little bit smoother and, you know, be good to watch. Canadian-German treaty. Oh boy, what do we get here? The Canadians are planning to move to reconquer the British Isles from the Union of Britain. While there is some distrust due to our victory over them in the Weltkrieg, they have nonetheless come to us with a proposal for a non-aggression treaty. Alright, you know what? I will sign the treaty for now. Clearly the communists are the bigger issue. Are those Irish separatists and co? Oh my god, that EU4 game was crazy. I'm looking forward to continuing that, but I got a couple of other games that we're going to be doing as well. I'm looking to have roughly 4 games running at one point in time. But I've been chopping up the live stream for, what do you call it? I've been chopping up the live stream for the EU4 game, and that will be going onto the channel as individual 15, 20-minute long, probably 10 to 20-minute long videos. Starting tonight, as a matter of fact. That's the idea. Every time I see Napoleon my Bonapartes. Good pun. I like it. Take the Canadian treaty. We did. We did. Ally the Canadians, UK in exile. That I don't know about because we did fight them. Any chance you're going to keep going for about 4 more hours? There is nothing going on at work right now. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I've been going on for 2 hours, and I'm probably going to go on for only about a half an hour more, just because. Let me check the time. Actually, no, I'm probably going to have to stop it here because some friends of mine wanted to get together. For any of you that plays, what the hell is it called? Tabletop games, we've been talking about using a system called Harn. A friend of mine introduced me to it, so promised him that I'd be joining a game tonight, and I don't want to be late for that. So, I am looking to do another live stream tomorrow, but I'm probably going to be wrapping it up here momentarily. I just want to see if I can push any further and get closer to Paris now that we've made so much progress. But yeah, sorry that I'm not going to be able to keep it going for that much longer. I do want to eventually go towards longer live streams, and I'm looking to do some multiplayer stuff in the near future as well, so that'll be the idea. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be wrapping it up soon. I'm going to go for a little bit longer, mainly because I want to see whether some of these offensives are going to work out. Progress. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's not working out. Friend Brazil. That actually does sound like a decent idea. Except the fact that they're national populace and I'm a monarch, and I don't feel like those jive too well. Especially on a Kaiserreich level, to be entirely honest. Yeah, we're not going to break through here, I don't think. We're going to have to look into other means. Probably somewhere down over here, perhaps. There's options, and if the French... Well, would you look at that? We could potentially push down this way and unite with these guys over here. The Ukrainians are really putting in work with this naval invasion thing. Not bad. Let me just check on the size of our fleet here. Yeah, we're still doing good. We're still doing really good, all things considered. Through the Swiss. Oh, God. That's an excellent way to go through, like, 1 million manpower right there. It's mainly the mountains. I don't know how I'd break through them. If I had paratroopers, this would all be a lot easier, too, because I could cut some of these guys off. But Hear me out. Regarding the UK Canadians, if you ally them, you gain strategic access to their assets, and that is a massive when they retake the Isles. Well, there is that, but at the same time, I also know that I'm going to be going after them at some point in time anyway. So I'm hoping that if they just keep fighting each other, I'll be able to go after the British Isles myself and just take it, directly. Not have to worry about it. Hey, take care, Vilcus. I'll see you later. It's all mountains and pissed off Swiss people. What could go wrong? You know what? Yeah, I'm seeing the time here now, and I'm getting alerts, so I'm going to end it here. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. I really had a lot of fun with this, and we'll be picking this up a little bit later on, and I have other live streams coming out. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful day, everybody.